Hello and welcome back to my podcast. Now, if you know anything about me, the one thing that I really love doing on this podcast is talking to the young entrepreneurial types of people because honestly, they inspire me. And one of the most inspiring people that I've encountered in recent times, I've managed to get him on today's episode. And we're going to be having a conversation about him and his vision, his business going forward. But more importantly, or just as importantly, we're going to be talking about a joint venture that we are doing. So the youngster is Mohammed Dadoo from Vereeniging in Gauteng, South Africa. And I want to welcome him. Mohammed, thanks for joining me on my podcast today.
Zakir Uncle Bilal, it's a pleasure to be here and thank you for the very warm welcome and the kind words.
It's an absolute pleasure. It's a pleasure and it's an honor to have you here from the very first time that we met when you came to the meeting that I was in Vereeniging. The way you presented yourself, you presented your ideas to me. I was bold. Honestly, I was very, very bold, and I could see that fire in you. I could see the fire in your eyes. I could see the passion. And I thought to myself there and then, I'm so privileged, and I would love to work with this young man. And here we are. So, Mohammed, tell us a bit about yourself, your background, where you are right now. How did you get to this point? And don't leave out your business.
So to start off with, Uncle Bilal, I'm 24 years old. I have a degree or background in marketing, and I've just recently joined a company called Roshgold. And Alhamdulillah, I've been here for a few months now, and I'm really enjoying my work. And this is how I've got introduced to yourself, Uncle Bilal, and to this whole network or this whole mindset, if I could say, of entrepreneurship development. And that will bring me where I'll touch on a bit later on about what, at our company, what is our whole vision behind this. And if I could just maybe touch on a bit about the company that I represent. I've already mentioned, I represent Roshgold Investment Holdings. We are a company that started off basically as a community-based investment company. And alhamdulillah, we are now celebrating our 40th year. And, although it started off as a community-based investment company, it was founded by the community for the community. And ever since we've grown far beyond this community, meaning Roshni, where it was first incepted. And as a result, we formed our own sort of Roshgold community. And that basically is where our motto is community. We started off for the community, and now we formed our own community far and wide around the country and even abroad. And I would say that just to touch on a little bit in our investment culture and what brought me to meet Uncle Bilal and how our paths connected or I would say merged together was that the investment culture here at Roshgold is primarily centered around the purpose of investing solely for wealth creation for this community. And now, 40 years later, Roshgold stays true to its mission, which is to give back into the community in which it operates. And this is by investing in personal development and leadership.
Nice.
And alhamdulillah, that's how I've been introduced into this community and network of people, and that's how our paths have merged, Uncle Bilal.
Right. That's phenomenal. So, I mean, Roshgold grew. It started out as something to help the community, and now it's evolving, the way I see it, into encouraging people to get into entrepreneurship and to grow as entrepreneurs who will in turn invest back into Roshgold. That's a very, very wise strategy, Mohammed. So where do you fit in as the marketing manager? Tell me something about the type of work you do, the type of projects you are doing. I know the one project is the entrepreneurial workshop that we are doing jointly. I mean, we'll come to that. But I'm so fascinated about you and your work that, I beg your pardon, I want to get to that first, and then we'll discuss the workshop.
I've recently graduated with a degree in marketing, and I was approached, I was approached by my father who said, no, come into the business. And I said, you know what, Dad, I need to work in my field a bit. And that's how I got introduced to Roshgold. We've known Roshgold. It's been a beacon in our community for decades now, for over 4 decades now. And this is where I said, you know what, we do good work. Why not be part of something that's giving back? And this is where I joined Roshgold. And um, I would say that my responsibilities here are quite vast. I deal with your usual marketing, and this is the initiative that we will speak about later, with these sort of initiatives. And then more like social media, and that's what I'm passionate about. So it's social media, and I would say that, you know, when I started here, I was like, okay, although Roshgold is predominant, like its shareholders are more of the older generation. What makes us, and that's what I love with today. What makes it appeal to people like me in my age? That, you know what, save for the future. And that's basically what I could say my motto when I come to work every day. That's the usual. This is we're going back and looking at strategies and ways to get and to appeal or resonate with people on my level, on my age group.
Right.
And I think that's one of my main focuses while here. That's where it brings me to this youth leadership initiative that we have started.
Yeah,
And
tell us about that.
it's been incepted
Yeah.
it's been incepted in 2023, before I was here. And when I did start as Roshgold, and I heard about this, and that's something that really appealed to me and resonated with me. That, you know, we want to empower the next generation, empower our future leaders, because in the end of the day, we need to empower them because they are going to be the ones that are leading us. And it was formed with the intention of hosting dynamic business leadership workshops designed to cultivate invaluable skills and insights through curated topics and distinguished guest speakers like yourself, Uncle Bilal. And Alhamdulillah, since then we had such a great turnout, and we see, or where we've highlighted a group of people who are hungry to learn, and all we need is for them to seize that opportunity, and alhamdulillah, we can take it to different heights. And I think through that, like I said, we aim to empower, we at Roshgold aim to empower businesses who find it difficult to grow as they have limited support or experience, and they needed the resources.
Right.
And there was a competition that was launched, and businesses could apply and pitch to us, give us their business plan, and they would obviously get the support and the experience from us. Where that's how it fall in. And with such a positive response, and people are so eager to always learn, this is how this leadership initiative was birthed.
Lovely. So there's a few things I really like about what you're saying. One is that, you know, Roshgold is 40 years old, and it was started by the old guard, and now you are coming in and ushering a new era in. So you are, in a manner of speaking, the new guard. You're the next generation. You're the digital generation of Roshgold. And I love that, the fact that what you said, that you like marketing and you like digital. And I think, look, with every industry, both whether it's Roshgold or your dad's business or your own personal business, this is where it's going. It's going digital. There's no other way to describe it. And anybody that doesn't go digital, it might find themselves in a bit of hot water in the near future, because that's where every business needs to go. I mean, think about it, right? Why wouldn't you? If you look at TikTok, for example, it has almost 1 billion people on it. You've got 1 billion eyes there on TikTok that you could sell your products to and your services to. So there's definitely that. The old days of newspaper adverts and TV adverts, look, those are even floundering industries themselves. They are dying industries. Nobody advertises in papers anymore and on TV. You know, we used to sit and watch TV for hours, and then every 10 minutes they're flashing adverts at us. Today people don't want that. They find that offensive. They don't want to be sold to. They love to buy, but they don't want to be sold to. And digital is the way to go, and edutaining people. And I think that's what I'm going to be covering in the workshop. So for those of you who are unaware about this, we are running, IT Varsity and I are running a workshop in partnership with Roshgold. It was Mohammed's brainchild. He brought the two companies together. On the 31st of August 2024, we are running this entrepreneurial 2-in-1 workshop. So the first part would be how to start and run a digital business, everything that goes into getting started. And the second part is entitled Go Viral, Win Big, which is basically how to get that business off the ground now. Now that you've started it, how do you use digital marketing to grow that business and generate revenue? So it's going to be an exciting workshop, because whether you are aspiring or you already have a startup or you're a veteran, maybe you're a 40-year veteran and who's been running a business from forever, but this is something new. This is something for the new generation. And whatever I teach, it's like something I always say, it's not from textbooks. It's not from what I learned on YouTube videos. These are things that I've done in my own business and which work for me. I'll also discuss the things that didn't work for us, and how we are using digital marketing and content marketing to leverage or to direct and drive sales into your business. So, Mohammed, we had a brief discussion about this, but I want to put this to you. So these workshops, which you say started last year at Roshgold, and now my workshop, I'm sure there were a couple in between. What is the long-term strategic plan with these workshops in terms of entrepreneurship in South Africa? Because look, one of the things that's severely lacking in this country is knowledge and mentorship. I mean, if you are in Silicon Valley, you've got tons of mentors, you've got thousands of places where you can go and learn different skills, but that's Silicon Valley, and the way they do things and the way we need to do things is very, very different. So what is your long-term plan to fulfill these two needs here? Obviously, funding is another thing, but I think more important than funding, in my personal experience, is that knowledge and mentorship and guidance. What's the long-term strategy here?
So, Bilal, to answer your question, I've got a multifaceted approach to answering your question. So, number one, I just want to go back to where you've highlighted that, yes, business is not the same as it was before. If the way we've been doing, the way my father or my grandfather has been doing business 40 years ago might have worked for them. But in this digital age, where things are so fast and evolving, there is a need to keep evolving with the times. Your business needs to be so dynamic that it moves with time. And I think that's where the biggest need of workshops like these come out, or that's where the need arises. And so basically what I'm trying to say is that, or reinforce what Uncle Bilal is saying, is that definitely whether you entering into the market or you've been around for over 50 years, there is a need for you to keep learning and changing your business. And I think that's our long-term vision, is that it's simple. Like we said, the youth are the future of our countries, and we need to cultivate strong leaders and help them get there. Things might always not be, or what I can say also from experience, what you learn in a textbook and what I learned in my university career or my degree, and while studying towards it, and what I've learned in these few months that I've been at Roshgold are worlds apart. I've learned more out and working than what I would have learned in university. And that's based on people like you, Uncle Bilal, that come in and mentor us. And that's one of the greatest things. I always joked around and I said, I would never stop studying. And, when I reached the end of my degree and I started working, then I think to myself, no, this practical insights and things from mentors like yourself, this is things that I can actually learn and make a difference. And I want to convince everyone to think like that and to be greedy for knowledge. I know we're all greedy for money, but don't change that perspective and maybe look at it and you know what? Have that drive in you. And I fight with my brother all the time about this. I tell him, have that drive in you that you need to grow, you need to do things. Start up a business, whether it takes off, you don't know, but the boldest move you're making is already starting that business. That's the biggest obstacle you're overcoming. And that's where the need arises. And I think, Dr. Bilal, where our 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 paths can join and merge together and empower this whole generation to kind of seize this opportunity, give them the vehicle, and give them what they need for them to grow and aspire. And Alhamdulillah, with that day, I think we can really make a difference. And obviously, in the end of the day, like we spoke about earlier, we hope or we invest in this generation, hoping that later on they'll keep us around for the next 40 years or 80 years, because they'll come back and it will
They'll
create
take
a
it
kind
forward.
of circle and a cycle basically, and the cycle will be ever well ongoing. And through that, we can make a difference. If I take the well, basically, if we I'm one person to make a change, and I inspire the next person to do it, and he inspires the next person. We can get in the circle and we can make it go on.
There'll be a snowball effect eventually, and more people will be getting into entrepreneurship. That's brilliant. Brilliant words, Mohammed, from somebody as young as you. I wish you all the success in your endeavors, and I'm looking forward to the workshop. I'm looking forward to meeting up there and perhaps doing things together, and also meeting and inspiring, aspiring entrepreneurs. For those of you who are interested, the workshop is happening in Sandton, Johannesburg on the 31st of August at the Hyatt House Hotel. For more information, I've put the link to the webpage in the description below. If you want information or you want to sign up, go and have a look at it. I promise you, this is definitely going to be worthwhile, because you're not just getting the workshop, you're not just getting the knowledge, but you're getting access into an entire network of entrepreneurs and investors like Roshgold. Mohammed, once again, thanks so much for joining me, and I look forward to having you on my show once again. Jazakallah. Thanks a lot. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Jazakallah Kibran for this opportunity. And I just like to say that I hope to see every person who comes across this podcast. I really encourage you to join this workshop, because really it's an investment in your future.
Lovely, sir. I mean, thanks a lot, Mohammed.